Hello, my mini mathematicians. How are you? Let's go over with Video Bar your warm-up for your test that you're going to do so great on. So you just had 10 minutes to work on this warm-up. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and let's go over the work. So I'm going to focus on number 1 first of all. Number 1, the first thing I had to do was isolate my absolute value expression so I could end up dropping those walls. So looking at our problem, we had to subtract 5 from both sides. Then to undo that -3, we needed to divide both sides because it was being multiplied. Thank goodness, because a negative divided by a negative is a positive. And now I have the absolute value of x plus 1 equals 2. I can now drop my absolute value walls to have x plus 1 could equal 2, or x plus 1 could equal -2, because what's inside here could be 2 or -2 to get the absolute value of 2. And when I finally solve those two equations, I get x could be 1 or x could be -3. Two answers there. Excellent work. Let's move on to number 2. Number 2, looking at number 2, we needed to be solving 3x, -2 times the quantity of x minus 1 equals -5/4 x plus 2. I had to distribute my -2, and I got -2x plus 2. Negative times a negative is a positive. And then I decided to multiply both sides by 4 to clear my fractions. When I do that, I get 3x, -8x, positive 8x, 4 and 4 cancels out, -5x, 4 times 2 is 8. Now combine like terms, 3x take away 8x gets me -5x, and you might have noticed here, or you got rid of the variables on both sides and notice you have a true statement, hence infinitely many solutions. Great job, mini mathematicians. Let's look at those last two so we can get on with our test. Okay, looking at number 3. Number 3 started with 5x times y over x. So when I'm looking at that, I think of 5x over 1 times y over x. Notice this x and this x cancel out to make 1, and I'm just left with 5 times y. When I have that, I get 5y plus 3y, which I can simplify to be 8y, combining like terms. Then substitute in y as 11/3. I changed the mixed number to an improper fraction. And when you multiply through, you get 88/3, which is the same thing as 29 1/3. Do not write that as a decimal because it is a repeating decimal. Wonderful. Let's look at our last warm-up problem with some absolute value. Remember, whenever we are looking at an expression, we always want to try to simplify first before we substitute in. However, there's nothing to simplify here, so I just went ahead and substituted in, making sure that I was using my parentheses when dealing with a negative. Negative times a negative is a positive, -3, divided by 11/3. I still have this absolute value because remember, those are grouping. It's a grouping symbol. So I need to be able to simplify this. Move that out of your way. Simplify this before I can take the absolute value. So once I do 4 minus 3, I get 1, and 1 divided by 11/3 is 3/11, absolute value. Once you have the absolute value of 3/11, that is 3/11. 3/11 minus 2, or 22/11, is -19/11. So remember, if you got stuck from 1 over 11/3 to 3/11, you can think about this as 1 divided by 11/3. And how do we divide fractions? You multiply by the reciprocal, and that's how I got 3/11. Great job, mini mathematicians. I need you to make sure everything is cleared off your desk. You have your mathematical palace, which is your cheater defeaters, out. You have a calculator, you have a pencil, and you can have a piece of scratch paper if you need it. Please and thank you. You have a pencil, a calculator, a piece of scratch paper if you need it. Everything else is put away, and you have your cheater defeaters out. Great job on your warm-up. You're ready for this. Be careful with your negatives. Also, what I want to remind you is one of the word problems is going to be inconsistent. Do not think that you're doing the word problem wrong if you're getting an inconsistent solution. Do your very best, be nice to everyone, and I'll see you next time. Video Bar out.